How you doing, people? As you can see from that quick intro, if I used it, I'm up on Dartmoor, which is lush because I haven't been on Dartmoor for ages. Used to work on Dartmoor or cover Dartmoor. If you probably look back from my catalogue of pictures, probably 90% of it's Dartmoor. So it's good to be back. A friend I used to work with called Chris has told me if I drive along the B3357 from Ashburton, the road that just goes straight over Dartmoor, you go down in a dip which is called Badger's Holt, which my mate Chris calls Dartmeet car park in the car park and go down the river, left down the river. You can walk beside the river all the way along, and hopefully there should be good spots, some good spots to do some river photography. Normally everybody parks in the car park and stays up around there because it's quite pretty, it's quite nice. So I'm going to walk along the river, see if I can see any good spots, see if I can find any compositions, and you know me, get the ODND filter out and get some long exposure shots, hopefully. Oh, it's well pretty, it's lovely down here. When I woke up this morning, it was bright blue sky. A few more clouds have come over now, so it might be a little bit more forgiving on the white water. But I'm just going to walk along the river and see if I can see, look, you can see the light coming through, look, whoosh. Can't make it mind up. Clouds, no clouds, clouds. Anything but rain, and I'm happy. So I'm going to have a little walk about and see if I can find a composition. Cool. If you're bored, hit that subscribe button. It feels weird asking that, but I've got to ask it, otherwise I'm not going to get the followers, am I? So, cool people. Once I find a composition, see you in a sec. I've just seen, I think, which is quite a nice location there over me shoulder, look. But I'm going to carry on walking down the river just in case I find something a bit better. It's quite nice, there's something there, I reckon. Probably a shot there, but ideally I want more trees, more canopy of the trees over the top so it's darker underneath. Ideally, but there's always that to come back to. So I'm going to carry on walking down the river. Look at that, look. Gorgeous, isn't it? Lovely jubbly. Should have brought me trunks. Loving that. I'll tell you what, if nothing else, if I don't get any pictures, the walk down here is lush. I mean, obviously, you wouldn't get down here in a wheelchair or if you had bad ankles, but cracking spot. Cheers, Chrissy Bay. It's a beauty. Oh, watch the flowers, watch the flowers. I know I'm looking for the river shots, but that looks well cool looking down through there. Just finding a nice composition. Tree on the right, well, I've got the nice path that leads down through. Nice tree on the right and the left with overhanging canopy. F9, ISO 200, 60th of a second. Look at me, look, taking pictures with no tripod. I think it was my last video, or the video before last. I went out and I didn't use my tripod once. Right, now I may be taking a gamble here because I normally like to shoot kind of up the river or down the river. Most of the time I like to shoot up the river against the falling water. But I quite like that there. So I've got the framing of the two trees left and right, and you can see the rocks in the background and the white water. I'm wondering if that on a long exposure might look quite cool. Not something I'd normally shoot. Luckily I've got my 14mm and I can fit both of them in from down on the path. Yeah, I'm going to give it a blast. Get myself set up. Like I say, this isn't something I'd often shoot from this angle, but it might be quite nice. I can get my tripod about here. I've comfortably got both those trees in. And like I say, I can see a bit of the white water. Yeah, I want the tripod there. Or I want it there. Thing is, I want to be in between both of the trees. All there. No, quite like it there. This may not even work at all, but don't try, don't get. I've got pretty much solid ground here. Come on, baby, give me a nice shot. Filters. First of all, get my adapter ring on. What I do sometimes, if I'm really not sure which filter I want to use, keep them on AV, and I'll just put that in front there. Because it's in AV, it will adjust the exposure itself, and that's telling me 5 seconds. That's pretty good. I know roughly I don't need to go any stronger or any less. I reckon if I have a little bit of a play about, I might be able to extend that exposure a little bit more. Nice and clean, tickety-boo. In fact, yeah, I reckon 5 seconds is nice. Should be nice. Problem is, the last few videos I've been getting a bad habit of chucking a big stopper on and this filter on and going for real long exposures, which I don't think you really need that here. This isn't one of those shots that sucks you in or sucks you out, but just a little smooth off. Only because I've got the 2 static trees right and left, and obviously the canopy's waving about, but 2 static trees and a bit of movement beyond that should look quite nice. Right, focus there. I'm going to put a 2-second timer on. Not that I'm moving very much. 6 seconds at f14. Looking at the histogram, I could go a little bit brighter than that. 10 seconds. That might be quite nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I'm well impressed with that. And because I'm not doing a stupidly long exposure, it's probably as sharp as a gnat's cock. Tell you what, these cameras now are unbelievably sharp. That's insane. Got the static tree left and right going up. I've just managed to catch the framing of the 2 branches coming over. Shooting at f14, 10 seconds, ISO 100. This is what the shot looks like. I really quite like that shot there. Sort of framing down here. Framing pretty much like that, but I just don't like the stem of this tree. It almost cuts the frame in half. See what I mean? Kind of cuts the scene in half, doesn't it? Shame really. I like the little runoff of the white water. Ooh, ooh. Anyway, I'm going to carry on walking down the river a little bit more. I'm really chuffed with that first shot, I think. So, oh man, midgie heaven, they're everywhere. Oh, butterfly. So, oh no, what is that? What the hell is that? What is that? There's something in the river here, but I haven't got a clue what it is. 2 secs, I'll spin you around. What is that? It's something with fur. Almost looks like a calf or something. I haven't got a clue. There's some kind of animal. Ugh. Right, I quite like this shot. Don't know if it's working because I don't know if there's too much happening. Pull you in there, I'm not in the bright light. Is that better? Again, half the scene static, other half the scene bit of movement. Here I've got the trees growing out over the path, so it's nice framing. And then I've got the long exposure of the water down there. I think I like it, but I don't know if it's too busy. I don't know if there's too much going on because there's loads and loads of shadows in the foreground coming through the trees. Might make for good interest. Something like this needs to be printed massive so people can stand there and go, oh, look at all the details and these little shadows down here. About 3.5 seconds just to get a little bit of movement in, a little bit of blur, a little bit of movement in that water, so you can see that I've done something with a photo and not just grabbed a snapshot. Probably look great in the 4K on the computer, but when you look at it in a small frame, Facebook, Instagram and all that, it's just, there's too much going on. So, but it might be a really nice big print. I love what's there. If you try and put this onto paper, you've got a path leading away, you've got the trees framing it, growing over from one side to the other, you've got the long exposure in the water, great weather, misty morning maybe, bluebells up here, might make a difference, but I quite like it. What do you think? That's about it, people, I think. I'm gonna make my way back to the car. I'm in dire need of a brew. I've got my flask in the car. I put my milk in this morning, it looked a bit dodgy, so I don't know if it's gonna be drinkable or not. Got myself a couple of biscuits. I haven't got to pick the wife up from work for a couple of hours. So, yeah, all in all, it's been quite a lush morning. So failing that, I'll see you in the next vid. Cheers for watching. Thanks to all my new subscribers, I really appreciate it. Everyone that's been here from the start, cool, thanks for hanging around. Any new people watching this who haven't seen this, hit that little subscribe button if you want. I just feel weird asking for people to do things. It doesn't seem right, you either like something or you don't, but it's all really appreciated, and I hope you're enjoying the channel because I love being out and making videos and taking pictures. One day it'd be my full-time job, would be nice. But until then, cheers people, have a good week. What am I getting these videos out now, on a Friday? So whatever Friday you see this, have a great weekend. I might just have a glass of red wine. Oh, and people, if you haven't seen it yet, there's a video on my channel somewhere, be one of the last couple of videos I reckon, a video of some ponies at sundown. It's not me gassing me, it's just a photo slideshow of some ponies I took pictures of during sundown up on Dartmoor. If you haven't seen it, in fact, I'll put it at the end of this video. Yeah, I can do that, can't I? I'm getting used to this now. You know, if you've got a 4K screen and you've got headphones, chuck it on because the music's amazing, which I'll put a link to. And 4K on a big screen is just wow. The detail, and yeah, let me know what you think of it. It's a cool video. Well, I like it anyway. Cool. Cheers. Bye.